Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to NJCU's EdTech Doctoral Winter Webinar Series. My name is Melissa Wells, and I'm the doctoral student in the Cohort 10 group of NJCU's EdTech Leadership Program. I'm also the graduate assistant for the department this year as well, so you're going to see my face in the beginning of these webinars as your host. So this evening, we are thrilled to have you all here today, and we're excited to share some valuable information with you from our doctoral students and also our fellow graduated doctorates that graduated from our NJCU EdTech Leadership Program. So this series is designed to provide you with the latest insights, strategies, and best practices in technology. So whether you're new to this field or you've been working in it for some time, we believe that you're going to find something of value here. So throughout this series, we will be covering a wide range of topics and we'll be featuring our experts from technology education fields who are going to share their knowledge and experience with you. And we're also going to be providing you with the opportunity to ask questions and interact with our speakers towards the end of their sessions. So please feel free to participate in the chat box and the Q&A box below. So this evening, we are presenting Video Creation for Young Learners, presented by Dani DeGraw. Now, she's in cohort 10, and I have to tell you, she is an amazing person. She's so much fun. She has so much knowledge. So you guys are going to be so excited for tonight. All right, so before I introduce you to Dani, again, if you have questions during the presentation, please type them into the question box in your Zoom control panel. Dani is going to have time for the questions at the end. So she has quite an exciting hands-on session this evening. So at the end of the series, please look for the links that I provide in the chat box about our EdTech programs, our YouTube channel to view this recording for this evening, and also Dani's bio. Now, without further ado, we are going to turn over the time to Dani.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Melissa. I'm going to share my screen really quickly. All right, so today we are talking about video creation for young learners. And I have three main programs that I'd like to share with you. So let's get started. Okay, so our objectives today are to explore video creation tools, discuss student project ideas, obtain a general knowledge of CS first, and create a sample story. This is intended for elementary and middle school teachers. However, if you're in lower level or higher level, this could suit you as well. I'm going to ask in a minute what video creation or digital storytelling platforms you use. And what we're going to do today is take a photo if you'd like to interact with me. Upload a photo of a pet or a photo of a favorite TV character or a Bitmoji of yourself. And I ask that you remove the background of the image using the website remove.bg. And we can do this again later, but that's going to set us up for one of our CS First sample stories. All right. So my first question, about me, sorry. About me, I'm currently an elementary technology teacher slash coach with Livingston Public Schools. I've taught many classes, including STEAM, film studies, and I went to school for health and PE and taught that for 5 years. And I also had the opportunity to teach forensic science. And I am in cohort 10, so this is my third semester of my first year. So my first question to you is what video creation or digital storytelling platforms do you use? And I'm going to use a quick poll. So I'll put this link in our chat, but you can scan it with your phone if you'd like to interact that way. And please feel free to ask any questions even during the presentation, if it's on a specific platform, so I can just answer right away. if you haven't used any, you can write none as well. Okay, there we go. That's good to hear, though. That means you learned something tonight, hopefully. I'll give 30 more seconds. Okay, I see in the chat someone has not. That's okay. All right. My next question is if anyone, oh, I just saw something. Adobe programs, awesome. My next question is, what is your experience with CS First? The first option is I've never used it or never heard of it. I have heard of it but never have used it. I have used it in the past and I am using it currently. I think this is a different link. Give me a sec. Oh, wow. I've never heard of it. Awesome. Okay, great. I'm just going to get started then. Okay. So, video creation is just really great to use with your students because their lives are involved in live photos, videos. They're creating them outside of school. So it's really important to engage in what they're doing outside of school in our lessons. So the 3 platform picks that I have for you today are Canva, which a lot of teachers are using, but some do not know that you can create videos with Canva. WeVideo, which is a great program that has free and premium options. It's very similar to iMovie, and CS First. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the first 2, and we're really going to dive in the third one. Okay, so first platform, Canva. It is an online design and publishing tool that is being taken over. It's taking over Twitter, everything. Canva is for education. As well as businesses, but Canva for Education is free for K through 12 teachers and students. It includes templates for all designs. So pre-made things that you can quickly edit and use. You can print things out or have your students directly work on things. But Canva does include a video creation option. And I have one example before I show you the platform. A 3rd grade group that I had last year practiced being meteorologists and created and videoed their weather reports for the week that they were born. So I created little recording stations for them to work on out in the hallway. We had a little Mad Libs of a weather report as their script. And we had a Google Slides of their map. So then we just used the Google Slides as what they recorded, and they also recorded themselves. This was all done using Canva and Google Slides. So on Canva, you can go to it and you'll see that there's a ton of ways to design. But if you click create a design and look through the options, they have a video option. You could also just type it in the search engine up here. But when you click video, it gives you all these different templates to choose from. And you can just click that template and start editing it directly. It allows you to change the duration of each clip, and it works in pages. So this is the first 5-second page, but you can increase that amount to about 30 seconds. And then you can go to the next page. And at the end, when you download it, you can download one big video. So this is a great program, very easy to use, and you can set it up where you share out a template to your students. For example, if you want them to use a specific template or you want them to use or make it easier for them to get to the video platform, you can share a template to your students directly on Google Classroom, Schoology, or any LMS. Some project example ideas include student TED Talks, so giving them a topic, doing research, and then having them give their TED Talk. So the background could be images of their topic, and then you'll see that when you record yourself, which you just go to Uploads, record yourself, it will give you some options on how to do that. You can have a little circle on your presentation with your face. so that the background is the images that you selected, and there's that little image of you talking throughout the presentation. You could also do, like I said, the weather report with a map in the background or About Me presentation, which the About Me presentation is a great way to start off each year or each course by learning about your students, but also giving them some choices on how to deliver their presentation. So all three of these platforms can be used for an About Me presentation, which I love. So that brings me to WeVideo, our next tech platform pick. Again, if you have any questions, stop me. I can answer right away. But we're going to move on to WeVideo. This is where you can edit videos, animate photos, record your screen, add text and music. There is a free version. The premium version is also great. It's easy to use because they've just done a ton of updates to make it super clean, and it's a drag and drop feature, which means even the youngest kids can use it. And it also has an extensive stock media library. So I made an example. I actually had students do this in the past few weeks, and this is a first grade class. So when you think about video creation, sometimes you're like, there's no way the young learners can do this. They can, and they will shock you. I go into classes as a tech coach and I'm explaining to the students how to do something, and the teachers kind of look at me like it's a second language. The kids go onto the platform and just make something. It's incredible. Just they are born with iPads almost directly in their hands. So this stuff, drag and drop, is super easy for them. So let's check out this example from a first grader. This is About Me project. So you can see that there were stock photos, there's text, there's different font colors, and there's the recording of the voice, which took maybe, I think, 3 days to do this project. I'm going to jump in and show you what WeVideo looks like really quickly. So WeVideo has options for classroom and also the classic version. So the classroom one is simple to use, especially for the younger kids. You can tell I have a ton of classes. Let me jump into a blank project. So this is what the platform looks like. And like I said, it's drag and drop. So what you need to do first is add media or add text. There's three options really that students will be using: add media, add text, and record. So the first thing I like to do is start with text because we're usually making stories, and you want to start with the title. So we have the kids click add text, and it gives you all these different options of what your text could look like. I like to start the kids who are just learning with the simple one of trailer cut because there's 2 lines. So I'm going to do a really quick About Me project. So trailer cut, click add, and it brings it to your little library. Now, the library isn't part of the story. It's just where you can drag and drop from. This is where your story will go. This is the timeline. So you can see that up here, there are numbers that helps you know what time of the story it will fall on. So I'm just going to click this, drag it, and drop it right into the text layer and click edit. So again, the trailer cut is just showing you what it will look like. So I can type right in these boxes, About Me by Dani DeGraw. Save changes. And then I tell the students to add media. We click add media. There are multiple options, and you can actually upload media yourself to this prior to the project. I like to just go to stock media. They have extensive library, and I tell the students to, like first grade, try to pick something about you that interests you that's less than 10 seconds. So if I search dogs, it'll give me a ton of videos for dogs, and I'll look for a 10 or less second one and just click it, click add, and then again, just drop it right in. So I usually have the little ones think of 3 facts or 3 interests, and they just search first. Like, let's do frogs. Click the one that's less than 10 seconds. We'll go 11 seconds. And then drag it in and repeat that. And finally, at an end, which they can use the same clip for the end, drag it in, click edit, type in the end, save, and that's really it. So they've drag and dropped. Again, they would have 3 in here, and they could add music to it, which is also in the stock media section under audio. And I like to have the kids choose the mood section. Grab one, throw it in audio. And then what they do is record their voice before they put music, and they just click record, voice from beginning, and they really just describe what they have there. And like I said, I'm doing this with first graders and they're picking up very quickly. They can turn it into you so you can see all their projects, and you can export them and you can have them share to their parents. So that is WeVideo. Any questions about WeVideo? Again, here is the platform. This is what it looks like. You have 3 basic tools, and the drag and drop interface makes it easy for the young ones to edit videos. Some other project ideas include stories about habitat, public service announcements. So I did a lot of this in health class. You can make a poem come to life by having each stanza on another clip of the WeVideo. You can show what you know about a topic. So there is that record voice, but also record yourself into it. If you want to show, like, for example, how to make stress balls, you can have them go home and show how to make something and video themselves, as well as having title slides. And then you could also have them teach how to solve a math problem that they're working on. So you actually see how they think about it rather than just finishing a problem. They have to conceptualize it and talk about it, which is great. I have a link for other WeVideo project ideas if you want. And our final tech platform pick, CS First. Now, CS First is a computer science curriculum that includes self-paced units. So right now I'm teaching STEAM, and there's a lot of people teaching STEAM in my district. Some of them are art teachers, some of them are GT teachers, media specialists, and our tech coaches. So this means that not everyone has a background in coding and might not feel comfortable teaching every student how to code. So CS First is a great option because it gives you the curriculum and videos that allow students to follow along. So you really don't need any knowledge of coding when you use CS First. It's free, completely free, and uses the Scratch block-based program. You have the ability to push out lessons to your classes, and as well as turn in projects so you can see what your students are up to. So this is one that I've been doing in my coding unit of STEAM, and I absolutely love. And there are so many ways that you can customize it. So you can follow the units to create stories based on the units, or you can create your own. So for this example, Code Your Hero, it goes through each step of adding a hero, choosing them. It tells you how you can move using the arrow keys, fly over buildings, show off with a super spin, and keep score. So they're learning how to code with this block-based coding, and they come up with a really great project. So we're going to explore the platform a little bit together. And again, this is the part that's interactive. If you would like to have a picture of maybe your dog or yourself or a Bitmoji or anything from the computer or on Google, you're going to want to remove the background. So I'm going to give you a couple links. The first link is to remove the background out of any photo if you are interested in putting your own photo in this. And then the second link will be the CS First one. Yes, WeVideo does run on Chromebooks. That's what we have at my school. Good question. So remove that BG will get the background out of your photo, which is important for this. And then CS first. Oops, sorry. Uh-oh. CS first with google.com will allow you to sign up, but you can also go to that website, which is linked on my presentation, if you don't want to sign up, but you want to see the curriculum. So we're going to choose the unit Code Your Hero. So I'm actually just going to jump on CS first as a brand new user to kind of show you how you can sign in real quick. That way you can use the program tomorrow if you wanted. So I'm going to choose one that I haven't used before. I believe this one. All right. Go to CS first. Just Google it, and it should be the first one that comes up. Click sign in. Choose I'm a teacher. Choose my old email. So these are the questions that come up while you're registering. It's just wondering to just collect data. What do you want your students to call you? So this will be on the top. So for me, it'd be Miss DeGraw. In what setting will you use CS first? I will use it in school. And where's your school located? Mine is in Livingston, New Jersey. How did you hear about CS first? You can say online professional development. And I am at least 18 years old. Start teaching. So that's literally all you have to do to get started. Click got it. And here's the platform. So you can make a class by just clicking the plus button. You can join a class or start with a new project. But if you go right to curriculum, it will show you all of the units that it has. So it tells you how many lessons, how long it could take. But even if it says that long, you can make it even more interactive. So I'm going to find the Code Your Hero one, which if you scroll down will be right here. And I'm just going to click view. If you have classes set up, you can add to class and add to as many as you want. So if I click view, it gives me examples of projects. It shows me what it'll look like, but I'm just going to click start. Also, the great thing about CS First is it comes in multiple languages if you need. So I'm going to click start, and it gives you a video on how to code, what coding is, and what the project is. So this unit, the guy talks about how you can change your hero and why would we be talking about heroes? So this is a good thing to watch together with your class. And at the middle of it, it says like you can pause here, open up the project and work along with me or finish the video. I really like this because it can be self-paced. You can do it with your class and have them pause or have you pause the video and go into the project. And once you do a little bit, go back to the video. So what you'll do is go to the links here and click Starter Project. Click Got It. And this is the Scratch program that you might notice looks very similar to the regular Scratch website, but this one's great because it's a little more protected with the CS First. It's not a public thing, whereas if you're on regular Scratch, what you create isn't always public, and but it is something that you can share with your teacher. So right away, it gives you 3 different sprites. These are sprites, they're characters. The first one is a hero, and you're able to change what superhero you have by clicking costumes. And all of these are on the side to choose from. You have a fox, a flying pig, lots of diversity as well on here. So we got the grandma, and this actually is I'm pretty sure the guy who goes through each video with you. So, and then you got the female coach. This is pretty cool. Then they also come with buildings that you can choose from. So this is something that can go along with the story of the unit, but also you can create a story with this. So I had a project the other day where the students made a poem and they had to present their poem. They were given the options of using Canva, WeVideo, or CS First to present their poem. So if they decided to use CS First, they would code their superhero or themselves to say the poem, each stanza, and the backgrounds would change after each stanza. So if you would like to join me here, this is where you should get a photo and remove the background. So I'm going to show you that really quickly. If I go to remove.bg, I also do this on Canva. You can remove the background, but this is a little bit easier. And click upload image and grab a picture of, let's see, I want my dog. Let's see. All right. I think this is going to be easier if I just go to my school Canva. Create a design. I like using Canva for this. Go to logo, and that's the best size for a sprite. And go to uploads where you can just grab from your computer. So I'm going to pause my share real quick and grab my, oh, here it is. Okay. Resume share. All right, here's my dog. This is Kiwi. And obviously with the background. So what I want to do is click edit image, background remover to get rid of the background. I always tell the kids to give it a drum roll, allow it to load, and bam, no background. Click apply, and then click share, download, and always do that transparent background. Remove.bg does that automatically, but this allows where Kiwi isn't a floating white box, it's just Kiwi. So click download there. Is go back into CS first, which is here. Sorry. And you can hover over this blue cat. This blue cat says choose a sprite. You're not going to click that one. You're going to hover over and click the top option, upload your sprite. And then find your picture of yourself or your Bitmoji or your dog with the removed background. So give me 1 second. Pause that. I have so many downloads, sorry. Any questions so far while I do this really quickly? Melissa, do you see any questions?
No, I think we're good.
Okay. Open. Okay. All right, hover over the cat, click upload, and now I have named it Kiwi. Perfect. All right, bam. Now he's in. Sorry for the delay. So now I have Kiwi in there. I like to do this with students and get themselves in there. So we take a 5-minute break to have them on their Chromebooks taking a picture of their partner using their partner's Chromebook. So it's only them getting on it. And then I have them upload it to Canva, remove the background, and then upload it to their CS First program. So this is great because you can code this sprite directly. So I'm going to show you a few tools right now. And if you want to follow along, that's awesome. So let's get started. So we have on this side here is code, and these blocks are categorized. The first one is motion. All the blue blocks are motion. When you drag and drop it in, you can just click it to get them to move. So there's a little kiwi moving, but that doesn't give it an ability to go left or right. So code works with X's and Y's. It's like a grid. So they actually have changed X by 10 and change Y by 10. Changing X by 10 would make it go right. Changing Y by 10 would make it go up, like the coordinate, right? So what we do is go to events, and now events is like a trigger block. It's what can start a program. So you'll notice the first one says when green flag is clicked, follow these instructions after. So that means that anything below this will occur when this green flag is clicked. So if I click it, it should change the X value by 10, making kiwi go to the right. So what I like to do is use the arrow keys to move a character or sprite. So instead of the green flag as the trigger, we'll click when space key has pressed. So click and drag it to the top and change space to right arrow. That way now when I click the right arrow, kiwi moves to the right. You can use your right click or your 2-finger click on the Chromebook on a trigger block to duplicate it. So if I duplicate it, now I can make the other one be the left arrow. And instead of changing it by +10, we're going backwards on the coordinate. So the x-axis is going to move backwards 10, so -10. So now my left arrow can make kiwi go left, and my right arrow makes him go right. Same thing with the up and down. We're going to use change y by 10. We'll grab the same block when space key is pressed, but change it to the up arrow. And I'll duplicate this, but make it a down arrow. And same thing as before, going backwards or down is going to be that negative value. So now I can get kiwi to move in any direction. And now we want to base this off a story. So on See Us First, they give you lots of different skills. So under the video, they'll give you different add-ons like Move Your Hero, which we just did. They actually go through each step of how to do it. So let's watch real quickly the show off with a super spin. So like I said, this is completely self-paced. Just have your kids bring in headphones and they can listen to this on their own. So I use it for grades 2 through 5th, but it could be used for even higher than that. I would say that it would be difficult for first grade and below to use it because you have to be able to read. But another option for those grades would be Scratch Junior, which is an app-based I believe they're developing a web-based one soon. So you can download it on your Play Store on your Chromebook until the web-based one is, and that's just a visual one. But this one, it's really great with the videos because they can, if they need to watch it again, they can click where they left off, like, okay, I have to get that turn block. Then they toggle to their other tab and they go into, okay, it was in motion, find that turn block, drag it in, and then go back to the website. Like, okay, they could either just drag it in or they can replay it and know exactly what to do. So it's also telling you different coding fundamentals like the repeat block and the loops. That's super important in knowing how to code or what coding is. So that's in that control menu, the control category of blocks. Just drag it in and plug it in between, or the turn in between that. They also use the trigger block with the space. So to find that, again, you go to events when space key is pressed, and I'm going to do 25. And I'll click my space key and Kiwi spins. Now, again, he had said that sometimes you'll need to play with it, and sometimes the kids are like, I don't want it to look like that. So there's a couple options. They said you could go to the motion block and have it point a certain way. So let's see, point 90 degrees it was. Point in direction 90. Okay, then it's back. And then sometimes we lose our character. Like some people will be playing with it and they haven't gotten the left arrow yet, so they'll lose their character. And you can just show them the idea of coordinates. So if you go here and plug in 0, 0, it'll bring the sprite to the center. And you can also drag your sprite wherever you want. So this is really cool because you can interact with other sprites to make it an actual story. So I figured we could make a quick story together. And like you could do Mad Libs for this, any sort of thing. So what I'm thinking is in the chat box, if you would like, you can either tell me what Kiwi should say or do, and we can work on that. And when I say do, it could be a movement or we can change the background. Let me know what you want to see from this story, or maybe work on it on your own with yours if you're doing that. So let's see. What do you want Kiwi or the grandma superhero to say? Oh, I'm sorry about the no sound. Up, up, and away. Awesome. Great. Thank you so much. Okay, so to get someone to talk, it's going to be more of a speaking bubble. So that is a visual thing. So we go to looks and say. I always like to do the say for a certain amount of seconds, because if you do say two things at once, up, up, and away, and click it, you won't see the first one. It's because it's saying it both at the same time. So the first one's kind of hidden. So what we like to do is do the 2 seconds, say up, up, and away, and grab a trigger block, which is in our events. So anytime I click the flag, my story starts. So up, up, and away for 2 seconds, then it disappears. All right. You can add any other action you want me to do in the chat, or you want to see, like if you want to see a different background. Yes, new vocab is a great idea. New vocab, like I said before, the poem. So they could be interacting. Let's say the hero is here, and let's actually flip her to face little Kiwi by going to motion. Oh, that's going to be this way. Let's see if we can get her to flip here. So if I go to her costume, I can adjust her by clicking flip horizontal. Now she's facing little Kiwi, and I will move for, we'll flip for a lot. Woo! All right, there we go. Okay, so now they're facing each other. I'm going to change my background real quick by clicking choose a backdrop. And same thing, you can upload one that you've created from Canva, or choose one. I'm going to click surprise. Okay, and I'll try it one more time. Okay, cool. All right, so we're in a city, and Kiwi is gonna say, no, let's have the grandma is gonna say, we'll go to looks, say for 2 seconds, Hi, Kiwi. What is a sprite? And you'll notice again, if I click this green button, they're going to say the same thing or say something at the same time. So what I want to do is adjust that. So the first thing I want to do is say the grandma is asking Kiwi the vocab word. So I'm going to say that for about 6 seconds so someone can read it. Then I'm going to grab Kiwi again in the sprites. And instead of saying up, up, and away, he's going to explain what a sprite is. A sprite is a character that you can code. So these are all sprites, right? So I'm gonna go to control and delay his answer until after she's done talking. So we have her talking for the first 6 seconds. Now I'm gonna go back to Kiwi and tell him to wait 7 seconds and then answer the question and take 4 seconds to answer. So let's see. Hi, Kiwi, what is a sprite? And Kiwi responds, a sprite is a character that you can code. So that's great. Anyone else have a question about CS First or want to see anything in CS First? That's a great question, Melissa. How can you use a cross-curricular lesson in CS First? So we said language arts, which poem? So you could present your poem in this. Beethoven talking to Mozart. Awesome. Yeah, you can create a little play going on. And what I love about these programs is you can app smash, which means you can use all of them or a couple of them together. Like how I used Canva to take away the background. You can then bring this into WeVideo and record your story and add your voice to it. So to do that, you would go into WeVideo, click record voice or click record screen, present this, record your voice over it, and add music to it. So you can kind of use all the programs into one and make this an actual video story. I teach talented and gifted students and want to use Scratch this spring. This is very good. Yes. So like there's a couple options with Scratch. You have it on Brain Pop now. They have a Scratch version. You have the regular Scratch, which I said again, like that one isn't best for school because of privacy issues and not being able to keep it private while the teacher can see it. So this is great because there's so many different units depending on the kid's skill level. You can start with a unit, see how they do, and then add to it or make them actually add a story themselves. So the units give you these background and cool sprites that work with the unit. But you can also create a brand new one by opening up that unit, clicking File, New, and it'll give you a blank one. So this one really does look like the normal Scratch. But you can always add any of the sprites by going to choose a sprite, and they have all of these options. I really like to app smash and use the Canva though, so it becomes more real to them. Like, how cool is it that you can code yourself in a sprite in a code program? Any questions about any of the programs? I know you can raise your hand, right, Melissa, if you want to speak.
Yes, you can. And if anybody wants to press the raise hand button and speak, Dani and I will unmute you.
I can show more of WeVideo, more of Canva if you want. Okay, so a good heads up for a glitch for Scratch is if you're in the unit, like for example, if you're in the one that's Code Your Hero and a student doesn't want their their superhero. Like say they're like, oh, I don't want to be the grandma. They might click this garbage can and it's gone and they don't know how to get it back. To get it back right away, you could click edit, restore sprite. But after a few minutes, if they don't tell you or realize that they can restore it, is almost gone forever. I have not figured out how to get it back. So if they completely delete that hero, they have to choose one from the regular sprite library, which is fine, but it's not related to that unit. Like there's no superheroes in this. So that's why if that happens, I usually show them Canva so that they can create their own superhero. So that's the same thing with like the star and the building. Those are specific to this superhero unit. So if they delete them and they don't restore it right away, I have not figured out how to get it back. Good question. Any other questions? I could show you really quickly how on Weave Video you can add this. So if I'm in Weave Video, let me get rid of our little story about me. I can go to record and there's the option for voice or video, but the video one gives you this screen. So you can record your screen and then choose your tab. So I'll do it the entire screen, gives you that little countdown, and then I can toggle back to my my scratch. Sorry. Let's go. Let me just go to scratch real quick. And I can show my project, go full screen with it, start it, and I can talk to it. So let's start that again. So if this is like a poem or right now we're having conversation, I can give it a voice. And this could be with a partner too. So I click go. Hi Kiwi, what is a sprite? A sprite is a character that can code. Once the story's done, I can go back into Weave Video. And I can stop the video, stop the recording. Stop sharing. Okay. And then click save and it'll populate right here. I'll drag it in. There's my voice again. Let me pause that. Drag it in and then crop out all the other stuff that I did until it starts. Put it in there. Make it go full screen, right? Crop out the end of it, and then I can add like text slides over it. I can add music to it by going to add media, stock media, getting a cool audio clip. Let's make it epic. Drag that down to audio, and then you could always crop out the long audio clip and then play it. Let's see. And get really epic song.
Dani, can you just put the sound, I guess, taking away from your headphones because we can't hear it on our side?
Oh yeah, you want to hear the epic sound.
Yeah.
Here, let me, I guess, unplug my headphones real quick. Let me know if you can hear it. Hear it?
Not yet.
Hi, Kiwi. What is this sprite?
Now we hear it.
I mean,
No,
you
no,
did.
Dani, we heard it.
Oh, you did. Oh, okay, great.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Um, so that's cool. You can add all of that to it. And then if can you hear me now still?
Yes.
Okay, good. Sorry. If you didn't like the voiceover from that pre-recording, you can always mute this and then just record your voice over it now that you have the video to it. So that is a little bit of WeVideo and CS First together. All right, let's see. Let me go back to my presentation. So I have all these instructions on the presentation if you want to see it later or try it by yourself later. Just the quick signing up directions. And I also created some resources for you. So first, to compare each platform, Canva, you can create way more than just videos. You've probably used it before. You can create comic strips and share out templates with your students, but the video program is really cool and has a lot of great elements to it. And then the elements specifically on the side, when you add those, don't have backgrounds. So you can really create your own image on the video background for you and record yourself over it or with the video. Then you have WeVideo, which is a drag and drop. So it allows the youngest kids to be able to create. Like I said, I do it with first grade a lot, and they pick it up really quickly. And it's easy to learn format. The CS First is also a drag and drop block coding, but because it has words that you have to read to understand, it is better for second grade and up. But it has that pre-made curriculum, which is a huge win for teachers, especially teachers who don't know how to code yet or just learning. You can learn it with the kids, and it teaches step by step and is self-paced. So you can have the highest kids creating a game on it while the lowest kids are learning about sprites. So it's really nice to see everyone at their individual pace, make sure they have headphones, and just teach them how to toggle back and forth from the videos to the platform. Some resources I have on my presentation include some quick site links, including the Canva. I've made a Satori, which is just like the basic tools of WeVideo and how to do it. And then they also have a ton of video tutorials that they've created. I've made student sign-in steps if you want to copy that and use it for your classes. Even tomorrow you could, as well as their help website. So thank you so much. I'll take any more questions if you have any, or thoughts, comments, anything.
Dani, this is such a great lesson for lots of educators who can you can modify this lesson, and also again, like what I said before, cross curriculum, because
Yeah.
as a special subjects teacher, teachers come to you and they tell you, hey, listen, my class needs help with math or science, or the vocabulary is not that great in first grade. So I feel like, as a specials teacher, we can help the homeroom teachers as much as we can. So something like this, since I teach music, I always do something called soundtrack of your life. So this is really going to help me out. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like the whole math problems you can have in the Scratch, the the sprites talking to each other, like what is 4 plus 4? I don't know. Let's try doing it this way and figuring it out. So yeah, it gives them a way to explain and a tool that they're really engaged with, and it makes it a little more fun to learn.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. Dani, this is so great. Does anybody have any questions? Do you want us to unmute you, raise hand? Okay, awesome. Okay, so I don't think there's no questions. Dani, is there anything else that you wanted to cover before a wrap up?
I guess just the fact that I have a Twitter if you want to follow me at at Dani DeGraw. I post a lot of my student projects. So if you ever need some ideas or want to chat, you can always email me to at degrawd@gmail.com. And if you've done any of this or you come up with your own ideas, I'd love to hear about them and see what you do. Um, I also love implementing new ideas. So if you have something even better than this, let me know. I would love to try it.
And everyone, again, she's in cohort 10 with me. So I know Dani. She's the type of person that if you have a question, she will get back to you in like a minute. She's so amazing and she's a cool cat.
Thanks, Melissa. So are you.
Thank you.
Cool scratch cat.
All right. So thank you, Dani, for this amazing presentation. And the NJCU Ed Tech Department really appreciates all of you guys being here. So again, please check out to see what's going on in the Ed Tech Department, for we always have so many events taking place. We have another session right after this. So Dani gave you her Twitter, and you can also follow us on Twitter, on LinkedIn and Facebook if you type in at Educational Technology Department at NJCU. So again, does anybody have any questions? All right. Okay, guys, we're going to be ending. So thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight. And yes, those emails, we've been sending out the PD certificates. So all right, guys. All right, everyone. Dani, thank you so much. This was a great
Thank you so much for having me. If anyone created a Scratch project and want to email me a screenshot of it, that would be amazing.
Awesome. You know, I'm going to be emailing you and texting you.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Good. Voice, email me up. That's totally fine.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.